Welcome friends back again for this one more session today, and it's a very unique concept which we'll be having today, and that's called as playing the T20 of life. Um we have been going through recent seasons of the cricket match and everything, and we are very much familiar with the term of T20. Now, how do we apply this T20 to our life? What does it actually mean? And what are the benefits of it is something which we'll be seeing through in this session. It's a basic unique concept because what we are is because of our thoughts, and our thoughts do influence our actions, and our actions do leave an impressions on the way we go about life or the way we do things. So the basic concept underlying this session today is that wherever we are, we can create effective choices and in our actions which can definitely lead us onto a better path of life, and at the same time what we go through or what are the difficulties or what are the challenges which we may face many times could be because of the consequences of our past actions, or maybe because of the difficulties which we may have encountered earlier and may not have been able to handle that in the right way. So let's go through this interesting concept today. And normally the whole idea today, when situations go bad or when there are challenges in our life, there's a tendency either to blame the situation or the feeling of helplessness. Ki why is it going to happen only to me, or why is it that I am the chosen one for all these difficulties and challenges, or why is it that it happens only with me, or I am in the firing range most of the time. Maybe you get a scolding from your senior, maybe there are some difficulties with your colleagues, there's some kind of arguments or discord in the home with your parents, with your children, with your spouses, and sometimes at the end of the day we may feel that I'm the only person who's going through these problems or difficulties. Life is quite good for most of the other people. So this tendency of overwhelming or helplessness is something which we may experience, but then basically there is an underlying reason into terms of how we can handle this and how we can create effective choices for our life. So let's start this interesting session, which is based on the concept of past actions. In our general term we refer it as karmas, or it is also referred to as the fruits of our past actions. And at the same time we very well know that whatever we do today is going to create an impression for the future. So how do we start making marks in such a way that the future is much more brighter, it's much more better than what we visualize or what we see. Today everybody is talking about intent, manifestations, energy, the chi energy or the energy levels and all. Basically all this is nothing but a part of your thoughts and your actions. There's a very important saying in English, as you sow, so shall you reap. So the way we go about doing things or the way our actions are coming out and impacting others is the way we get in return, or is the thing which gets returned back to us. And let's see how we can create better choices and lead our life in a very effective way. In this world, a lot of people have likes, dislikes, there are so many thought patterns, there are so many ideas, so many needs, there are so many differences also. And sometimes we find we are in sync with people, sometimes we find we are not in sync with people. We may have some kind of arguments at home with our children in terms of the way the things have been put up, or in terms of discipline, or in terms of their commitment towards things like studies or playing, or maybe or even communicating with the family members. There are so many positives and as well as the negatives which every person has, and there are differences of thoughts too, or opinions. Maybe you're working on a same project, you and your colleague may have different thoughts, you and your senior may have a different thought pattern. So sometimes we feel that we are not in sync with people, and we also understand that whatever be the challenges, we can be positive or we need to be positive. Many times the overwhelming situations do make us condition and think in a very negative way, or in a way which doesn't give us some kind of an idea as to how to deal with that situation at that period of time. we may go back into past things and then feel ki, okay, things are going in the same way like it was earlier. Earlier also this happened, so now also it's going to happen. Or we may start generalizing and prophesizing that things are going to be bad for me and things are never going to brighten up for me, and I'm going to remain stuck up in this rut or in this position for a long time. I will not grow, I may stagnate. So these are the things which keep us down. And when thoughts which sometimes matches with our likes also backfires. Like you've gone with a very good idea of going out with your family, and the moment you open your conversation as to how you want to spend the holiday with them, maybe they just feel after a long time, why are you trying to tell us that okay, we can go out as a family, if you have not been able to spend time with them for a long period of time. Or maybe as we are caught up in our work routine, we sometimes miss out on spending quality time with our children or people who really matter to us. And maybe after a long period, if we are able to do that, or if we are trying to work on it, then definitely that's also not going to go well. So although sometimes the thoughts match with our likes, it may backfire, and when it backfires, we feel that why is it me? Why am I been put into this range where I have to bear the brunt of everything, or why is it that things are not working for me? And I'm sure that every one of us at some point in life has gone through this phase where that feeling of why me does come up. And then we also realize that from that phase we have moved in different ways just by changing our thoughts and our actions. So that is something which we'll be working towards here, that when we have to play the T20 of life, we have to play and look at life in such a way whether it's a game, and if it's a game, then how do we play the game so that the results benefit us in the long run, and how do we work towards achieving that. So to overcome this overwhelming or helpless feeling, we need to understand that we are the crux of all the situations. When the situations are there, we are the pivotal role in that situation, and the way we project ourselves or the way we are able to balance our actions is something which will help us to go ahead. So putting that into forefront, we are going ahead as to what could be the objective of this particular session or the lesson. That life is a game. We need to understand that life is a game, as Shakespeare has said very well, that we are all actors and actresses here on the stage of life, and we have to play our roles, and we have to play the roles and withdraw. So basically life is a game, and while playing the game we need to take the checks in certain ways, and we also need to be free of the bad karmas from our actions, so that the life ahead is more happy. So we need to understand that when we are playing this life in such a way, we have to bat the ball, or we have to feel the ball in such a way where we are creating positive actions for future. One wrong thing can lead to a lot of issues or consequences for us. You get angry or irritated on somebody, the same energy gets returned back to you. You're rude to somebody, the same energy returned back to you in some other form. So the moment we say that our actions create the consequences, it's the actions lead to the energy flow which comes back to us. So if it's positive, the energy flow to us is positive. If it's negative, the energy flow towards us also becomes negative. To see where we stand and find out how we improvise by knowing where we stand and make our life beautiful ahead, we need to understand where we are right now. Like every day in and day out, am I getting irritated? Am I trying to feel sad? Am I being upset? Is my communication with my team members, my seniors, my family withdrawn, or maybe sometimes laden with anger, or maybe resentment, frustration, disappointment? If I am going through this process day in and day out, and if I am giving this energy day in and day out to others, it's going to come back to me again in the same way. The law of the universe is very simple: as you give, so you get. So if you are getting into something which is going to create more issues and hassles for you, then definitely that's the energy you are giving, and that's the energy which is coming back. So to live our life beautiful and also to understand what I need in my life, I need to understand where am I. Just try to recollect these questions. On an average in a week, do you tend to get angry or upset more than say 10 times? Or maybe, there are some issues with families or team members or seniors, maybe more than 15 to 20 times in a week, or maybe even say from 5 to 10 times in a week. Have you any time felt happy and had a good laugh in the last 15 days? Or is there any kind of disappointment or nagging fear or worry or anxiety in your mind which starts troubling you the moment you wake up and goes on till the time you retire at night in the last 1 week for more than say 5 to 6 times? Do you feel mostly sad and upset, maybe say in a week, say 5 days out of 7 days? If this is the kind of issues which are there, are your thoughts more on the negative or the positive side? When you start something new, are you more positive, enthusiastic and energetic, or do you start with a vaguing kind of a thought in your mind that okay, this thing may not work out well, or maybe it's not my cup of tea, or maybe it's not going to go well. Last time also when I handled a new project, things went wrong, or maybe I was not acknowledged, I was not given the kind of appreciation or feedback which I needed. Or whenever I try to interact with my children, they always snap at me, they are irritated, they back answer. Or when I'm trying to speak to my spouse, she never pays attention, he never pays attention. So all these issues, if these thoughts do keep on coming in your mind, or for something about your life, my life is going nowhere, I have nowhere to reach, I don't know where I am, or what is the purpose in my life, or how do I want to go ahead in my life. If these are the thoughts which keep on coming again and again, then basically maybe this session would help to clarify certain things in your life and also make you think on a different plane, not from the practical aspect but more from the spiritual or from your value based aspect. In this field, we are normally in the field of life. The field is your life and the game is your the way you live your life, and that's what has been created. There are lots of ups and downs, like there's no road which is like a highway. It's either a kind of a roller coaster ride, or maybe there are ups and downs, or there are potholes and clear roads. So there's nothing static or something which is predictable in life, because things keep on happening and life is basically unpredictable to a lot of extent. Unpredictability in terms of the ambiguities. As I said, that after a long time you go back home and you want to spend time with your family, and the answer you may get from them is that basically, when we needed you, you were not there, or maybe, why after a long time are you trying to, say that we can all go out. In the sense, there is resentment from the opposite side also, where they have felt neglected or they have felt left out. So there will be ups and downs and unpredictability, ambiguities, lot of changes. There are a lot of changes happening day in and day out. There are a lot of changes happening in the situations in the world. And comparing this game like the T20 cricket match, when I say life is like a T20 cricket match, 2020 is the abbreviation of T20, and basically this was introduced in England and Wales for professional inter-county competition by the England and Wales Cricket Board in 2003. The whole idea was that the match is very fast, it just consists of 20 overs, and the energy, the enthusiasm which you need to complete the match is very high, because it's not going to be like a 1 day, or it's not going to be like a 5-day match where you could play and you could plan and then program your responses. You have to be spontaneous, you have to be energetic, you have to have that verve to feel that okay, I could handle and I could win this match. So basically life is like a T20 cricket match. We have overs here, we also have overs in terms of our life years. The first 20 years, that is your childhood, adolescence. The next 20 years is basically your career and your family. The later 20 years is fulfilling the responsibilities, and the later 20 years is basically where you could just sit back and view your life and see how you could contribute or make a difference to the society. So comparing this match to T20 is in this way, where two teams are involved. Here it is you and your life, and each has a single inning batting for maximum of 20 overs and the score runs. There is excitement to bowl, collect wickets and win the match. Similarly, when we live life in parts, the whole idea about this is that we need to distinguish between the life years and live in parts, in sense of having some goal for maybe say a specified period of time, again reevaluate the goal, again go to the next level of achieving the goal, again reevaluate and go to the next level. You can't live life consistently, but yes, definitely each goal is tied to the previous one. So there is an underlying common thread when you go ahead in your life, and that's what exactly it means, that you need to have an excitement, you need to have the energy. If you live your life in parts, planning for a specified period and then going ahead achieving, and then planning for the next specified period and going ahead and achieving, that would give you a better consistency, that would give you a better plan of moving ahead in life. And basically there are maximum of 20 years, so if we divide our life, if we have a life of 80 to 100 years on an average, if we calculate a kind of a continuum from 0 to 100, then 0 to 20, the first 20 years, then 20 to 40, 40 to 60 and 60 to maybe say 75 or 80. If we calculate our life, then there are specific responsibilities and areas which we need to handle in this particular time, and the previous 20 years of your life actions will impact the next 20 years. So that is the whole fundamental idea about the T20 in your life, where each life period influences the other. So it's our responsibility and our accountability as to what life we want and how we can create those situations and choices now, so that later we can lead that particular life. Why and how is life a game? It's a game of skills. Yeah, you have different skills. Some people are good in interacting, some people are good in technical, some people are good in ideas and implementing things, some people are good planners. So there are different people with different skills and talent, and they are striving and enduring, by which God tests us. So there are different kinds of testers given. For somebody it's a tester where they have to go through life situations of medical emergencies and illnesses. For somebody else it's about work, for somebody else it's about family, for somebody else it's their own thoughts or anxiety. So there are different testers given by the higher power, and basically we are all striving and enduring to go through this, and we are striving so that we can overcome this game and go ahead. As in sports, so in life also, we all strive and the best ones win the game. But at the end of the day, it's a game, and now the game is like a T20 cricket game. So basically what we are trying to imply is that the best person is the one who wins the game. So in life also, people who have that higher value system or thoughts or actions, maybe you are able to be spontaneous and move through the challenges. The persistence or that tolerance level is there when situations go wrong, and they are able to find ideas to move out of that situations, are the ones who can go through this game in an easy way, and basically they could actually be winners at the end of the game. So this is how life is a game, where we have skills, talents, we have different kinds of abilities. The way we use our abilities is the way we can go ahead. Like we can give examples of Steve Jobs and Julian Assange. Both have the same intellectual capabilities, skills and talents. The way you use it gives you name and fame in a positive or in a negative way. So basically it's all a game, and the best person wins the game is the whole idea, and the whole game is structured in such a way that 20 years of your time period impacts the next 20 years. So if you are able to take care of that 20 years, that becomes very important. Every person is responsible for their acts and thoughts, and each person's karma is entirely his or her own. let's say I have a small conflict with my mother, and she says something which makes me feel hurt, and my immediate response is to basically reply back or say something. But if I am able to understand that she is already agitated because she is not keeping well, or maybe she is not totally okay, and therefore the irritation is coming from that aspect, at that time if I am able to just withdraw myself and get into some work, or just keep on telling to myself that okay, maybe her response is coming because she is irritated, or because she is going through a medical condition and she is not able to handle that frustration. If I am able to see and change my perspective, my response time will change, the response which I give to her will also change. It will be more based on understanding and affection. At the same time, I am trying to create a good karma for myself because I have not responded back and hurt somebody. At the same time, I have tried to reach out and show understanding, which is again a good and positive action. If we are able to pre-think before we respond, before we react to any situation, or before we give a reply or a response or an answer or an action to any condition or a situation, we can definitely create our own karmas, and hence we are responsible for our own acts and the thought processes. If we see from the angle of 20 overs or 20 years, we can create the life of our choice and benefit from our choices. So we need to understand that today if I'm interacting with my friend and I'm irritated and I just show the friend off and I just don't interact, maybe I've hurt that person, maybe I have tried to make the other person feel let down, and maybe that karma can be negative for me because you're hurting somebody who really cares for you or who is really bothered or concerned about you. At the same time, the other person's response to you, somebody has hurt me, but then if I'm able to feel that okay fine, this person has been in this state of mind or is not in the proper life situation where he or she can think for himself or herself, then definitely that good energy or that action reaches out to the person. It also helps in making you feel better and balanced. And when this energy reaches out to the person, definitely there is some changes happening which may condition the thought processes or the actions. So it's both the ways, you create your own karma and you can pass the effects of your own good karma to others. It can really try this out. There's so many people you may meet, but then there are some people in whose presence you can feel very comfortable, very relaxed, calm. The whole demeanor of that person relaxes you, calms you down. And there are some people, even though they may not speak or they are quiet, but the whole atmosphere on that person is charged up, or maybe sometimes you feel drained out or you feel low. This is basically the energy surrounding you. The good energies or the good karmas create that good energy, and the energies which hurt others or maybe they are not very helpful to you create that negative energies ahead of you. Let's see what are the rules of this game of T20. Strive to do your best and have a sense of idea of your inner values. This matters a lot because you are what you are inside. So basically what you are inside does get projected in any ways. You may be angry, but then if you are not able to express your anger, it may come in any action form or any kind of a behavior or an irritation which may show through your communication. So having a sense of idea of inner values is also very important. Let's say if you value that whenever there is a communication, you would like to speak to the person on the face or frankly, rather than speaking behind somebody's back. And if your other teammates do not support this, your sense of values is something which we need to protect. I can either move away from the discussion, or I can say ki let's talk when the person is there. If we make the efforts but still the things continue, then definitely we can move away and not create something which will create a conflict in us. We need to do our best wherever we are, no matter which position we may reach, no matter whichever powerful designation we may be into, but we have to keep on constantly striving because each day is a new day. What I am yesterday, I am not today, and what I am today I will not be there tomorrow. So we need to keep on striving and stretching our limits to do the best. For this, your energy and enthusiasm can really help to boost that ability. If we tackle every day as a new day and where I could create a difference or I could make something work out, then that energy and enthusiasm will help you to overcome the challenges or the roadblocks. Because no amount of thinking or action works provided it is not backed with the energy or the positive thinking which this area gives into. Letting go of the past things. It's basically live light. We carry a lot of baggage on our mind, on ourselves, and that leads to a lot of kind of issues within our body through psychosomatic diseases. So letting go of the past is very important. We may have done certain mistakes in the past, but it is not necessary that we can't revert back or we can't overdo it. We can definitely try to overdo the past mistakes and create life choices which may benefit us. And this is something which comes up with that key. We have to let go of the past and always try to be in the present, because this is where the action is. The T20 of last year and the T20 of this year may be different. Last year we have been good, but this year we need to make that much better. So we can't totally rest on our past accolades or mistakes, but we have to constantly strive in the present. And for that, your goal list, your to-do list is very important. What you wish to accomplish, maybe say in the next 5 years and the later 5 years. So as I said, 20 years period, what am I planning to accomplish? A little plan, a little idea of the things ahead will help us to go in that direction. Having a sense of gratitude for the things in life. Today we have a lot of resources and things with us. Whatever we have, the sense of gratitude or feeling good about it is very important. Otherwise, I may have the best of things and yet crib about things which I may not have. And maybe those are the things which other people may crib about. So something which I have, which is there, given to me, maybe my family, my culture, my family members, the whole approach in the society, my personality, whatever I am, whatever I can do, whatever I have, I need to have that sense of gratitude for it. We can be a support to others, as in the T20 game, the efforts come from the team. Today, the moral support, the emotional support which you can give to people becomes very important, because everybody is fighting their own battles. And that entire approach of supporting somebody or giving them that weightage where they could grow as a person and motivate them becomes very important. In a game of cricket, all the players are important, right from the person who is bowling to batting to fielding, because the coordination between each of them leads them to be a winner. If the coordination goes wrong, if there is no communication, if there are ego clashes, or if there are issues relating to position and control, then definitely the game is not going to go well. Similarly, in your life, we sometimes need to let go, we need to withdraw so that the others get a chance to go ahead. We sometimes need to push others so that they can do the best. We sometimes need to appreciate and give positive feedback. We need to ask people about the challenges they may face so that we could have some discussion and give them a different perspective if they want to. So these are the ways where we could interact with them, and therefore being a support to others is a very important rule in this game, that as we go in this life of ours, we are not individual. There are many people subtly, indirectly contributing to our growth. So we need to feel grateful for that. At the same time, we need to acknowledge and be a support to others who can benefit from us. In short, we can be a role model to others, we can be a kind of a mentor or a coach to others. We can basically try to motivate others and help them to grow ahead. At the same time, with this approach, the coordination and the communication within the team, whether it's at home, whether it's in the workplace or with your friends, becomes more smoothened. And as the coordination is more smooth, the actions become more faster and better. Last but not the least is encourage the budding players or people. Your child may not be good in maths, but the child may be very good in linguistics and writing. A child may not be good in languages, but he or she has a very good introspective nature and is able to pick up the concepts of science very well. So we need to encourage the budding players, we need to encourage the budding people. In your team, one particular teammate has good ideas and is always exuberant and all. Why not sit with them and discuss it out and give them an onus where they could make some decisions in that work through their ideas, so they feel contributed and it automatically boosts up their esteem. So encouraging the budding players or the people is very important, because as we go through our lives, we need people to carry forward our thoughts or our ideas in the way we want them to. So if you are able to create a kind of a system where maybe the succession, we would call it as the succession planning, not just in terms of work but in terms of your thoughts or values, or maybe even in terms of your actions towards people or society, then definitely that will contribute to the growth of the society in the long run. 2020, that is the game which we are now getting into. The first 20 years of our life are determined by the karmas from our last birth. At the same time, because of this, we are born in a particular form, country, religion, race or family. As I said, our people who are with us, the religion or the community or the country or the form which we are born into is also past life karmas. So basically the first 20 years is governed more by this, and when we are born into a particular family, that is the childhood and your adolescence is basically dependent upon the past life. At the same time, the next 20 to 40 years, that is of our youth and adulthood, are determined by the first 20 years. So particularly if our childhood and adolescent age is where we have guidance from our parents, or some people do not have, or some people do not have parents or single parents, or the cultural education in the family. In certain communities and all, there's a lot of emphasis on culture and respect and all, and in certain other families and all, we may not see that much amount of bonding or that much amount of affection. So either the cultural education in the family or lack of it. At the same time, the effects of our last birth do fade out and lessen till 20 years of our life. So first year to 20 years of our life is all these things, and it creates a foundation. It's basically a foundation for your next 60 years of your life. And if this foundation is not strong, or if this foundation is somewhere weak, then definitely the effects of it definitely will be carried forward in the next 20 years. Maybe because if the parents are busy and we are not been able to study and we are not into a good professional course, the next 20 years will also depend on it, whether we get a good job or not, or we may just get a routine job where we are just earning some money to support us. So basically the growth gets restricted. The family support or the family approach or the approach of people whom you interact with is not very conducive. The interactions get affected. So basically, if the foundation is strong, the basic foundation being strong can lead to a better life. If the foundation is weak, then it can lead to hassles or ups and downs, much more intense in the later lives. Now from the age of 40 to 60, this is the adulthood and the midlife, and this can get affected due to the childhood or the adolescent period. So this depends totally on the intellectual capacity, that is your studies, your knowledge, your ability to grasp the new concepts or new knowledge or new changes. Also the friends whom we interact with, because many times during the adolescence age, the peer pressure works very much, and the conditioning from the peer pressure, if positive, can help. If not, then it can definitely lead to a lot of hassles. So the kind of friends which we choose, the books which we read, the knowledge which we gather, the wisdom which is developed through our work experiences or observing others, or maybe when we actually see somebody doing it and then imbibing it ourselves, so that we can grow as a person, a change in our abilities, talents and all, just by observing somebody, the way they talk or the way they do the things or the way they manage time or the stresses or the way they communicate with the family. All this wisdom and all, as well as the learnings from the past mistakes. If we realize it's a mistake, many times we would like to deny that we made a mistake and would just want to sweep it below the carpet, but then that doesn't help us in the long run. If we are able to acknowledge the mistakes we make and then apply our knowledge and wisdom to overcome that, that would definitely help us to go to an elevated plane where we are not in the same level but we have moved one level ahead, so that we can even learn from our mistakes and then go ahead in our life. So all this thing is something which conditions the 20 to 40 years of your life, and basically this all can help us because all this are interrelated. The way we read conditions our thoughts and actions, the way our friends interact with us conditions our behavior. Our knowledge, the rational part, is something which helps us to segregate the right from the wrong and give us some kind of a value ki, okay, by doing this it's wrong and by doing this it's right, or this is what I don't value and this is what I value in my life, and accordingly make a decision or a choice. And at the same time we know that okay, in the previous time we had made this mistake, so I do not want to make it now. So application of the knowledge and then trying to revert the mistakes and go ahead in your life is all that this age definitely conditions you to do. And this is where we normally feel the growth or the movement, or we feel stagnated. Let's say we are going through a difficult phase and the friends, instead of supporting or maybe motivating us, guide us into a wrong direction, it's definitely going to affect our life. Maybe we do not have that capability because we are upset and depressed and we can't see through what's right or wrong when somebody is trying to take us for granted or when somebody is trying to actually help us out. Then definitely all these things can also lead to issues. The next 20 years, if we say from 60 to 80, are when basically the responsibilities get over. We are basically trying to move away from the 20 to 40 years is where the major drama or the game takes place in terms of our responsibilities, career, family, children, as well as their education, as well as building up our own personality and values and going ahead. 60 to 80 years is where this becomes a little bit relatively free, whereas in today's time I would say it would be still 70 because late marriages, late children, so the responsibilities do continue ahead. But normally we are free from family work responsibilities, and we can utilize this time so that we can give back or contribute to the society to make a difference. We can create our own karmas in terms of like when we help out others, or when we serve people, or when we go out and help in the community, or when we are trying to take charge of somebody's life and motivate them and go ahead and make changes so that they can lead a better life. So these are the years where we can definitely create different actions, and these are based on our past. Maybe in 20 to 40 we indulged into a lot of things and all in terms of drinking and all, and definitely at this age the health gives away. If we have not paid attention to our eating or any kind of health problems, then definitely in these years it's going to show on your body. If we have not made efforts to talk to our family or communicate with our children or our spouses, then in these years definitely you are going to feel alienated and alone. So whatever we have done in 20 to 40 years is something which is going to stick forward in 60 to 80 years. We did not have a proper education, we didn't pay attention to that, we didn't get a better job, and now there's some financial constraint and health constraints. So all this is something which is a result of our past actions. In short, we are trying to mention that whatever we are right now is because of our past actions, and whatever we will be tomorrow is because of our actions today. So the years after 80 can be used effectively, in the sense when we say post 70, 75 is where it's more like, where you have an extra time, or you have something like a white ball and then you get extra balls to win the game. This is the time again where you could create your good actions or good karma which will sustain you for that period and in your next birth. So definitely this is a kind of a bonus given by the higher power, where we can definitely revert the mistakes, and at the same time we can score more runs in the game of life in the last stages, which we get extra balls or extra time to win the game, in terms of like trying to reach out or contribute to the society. 60 to 80 years, again as I said, ki it's basically understanding and wisdom which comes with the age, because with the age we mature, the emotional maturity is more important than the intellectual maturity, because if you are able to understand situations and people, then definitely 80% of issues get solved. We have all opportunities and very little reason not to redeem our lives. This is again a period where you could go back and see what things you would like to change and bring those changes, because then again that actions can lead to a productive or a constructive life. If we have done good, we enjoy the fruits. If we have collected bad karma knowingly or unknowingly, maybe as I said, due to anger either, or maybe due to jealousy, greed, any kind of vices or indulgences in terms of your drinking, smoking of our senses, then we may tend to suffer, maybe in health, maybe in relationships, alienation, feeling left out, rejected, not having that much of money or finances to take care of ourselves or our life, and becoming dependent. So this is all in your 20 to 40 years, which can carry forward in your 60 to 80 years. So we need to understand where we are right now, what changes do I need to make so my further life becomes more easier. All these years have been divided, and whatever actions which we do in these years are interlinked. So when we come to the choices, it's our own choice to create a beautiful or a happy life. It's our own choice to create a bad or a unhappy life. And these choices depend totally upon our emotions, the way we express it, the way we develop relationships and maintain them, the way we understand and the way we try to make situations easier for us and others, the way we try to support and motivate others. And every time we do that, we are leading into a higher plane of living, where this plane is much better than the previous, and we are growing. We are not growing just physically, mentally, but we are growing on an emotional and spiritual level, where things become more clearer. There's a lot of clarity of values. We know the purpose which we have in our life. We are not just stagnated, or we are not just cruising through life without any purpose or reason or goal. But the goal is that we are leading a better life, so that in future we have a happy life. At the same time, we are creating those opportunities for others too. There's a very famous quote by Steve Jobs which I would like you to understand, and I'm sharing that with you. You can't connect the dots looking forward. When you have to connect the dots, you can't connect the dots looking forward, but you can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. Today whatever I do, this is a very important statement, because today whatever I do, I may not see immediate results, I may not see immediate benefits of that action or that particular behavior, and it just comes to the mind that okay, then why I'm doing it, whether I'm not getting any kind of results or benefits from this. But definitely you need to trust your feeling, or you need to trust yourself that the dots will connect in your future, in the sense the benefits or the good things from this action will definitely come to you in the future in different forms. It may not be in the same form, but it can be in different forms. You have to trust in something, either your gut feelings or your destiny, your life, or whatever. I would share a very personal example, is that whenever I travel by the public transport, if I see somebody standing, an old lady, or somebody who's been standing for a long time, definitely I do offer my seat to that person, and it's not with any intention, but I've always noticed that whenever I offer the seat, within the next 5 to 10 minutes I get this another seat. I have not done it intentionally or with the idea that okay, if I get up I'll get a seat. There is no idea as such. But then definitely I have seen that whenever I have offered the seat, within the next 5 to 10 minutes I do get a seat back again. So this is something which comes back to you in different forms. You may not even understand it at that period of time. So you need to trust in your gut, your destiny, that definitely your destiny will lead you to the right places or the right people to guide you. Your life and your karma are dependent upon you and your gut feelings. And this approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. And this was by a very famous, a very realistic, practical person, Steve Jobs. So this is something which we need to understand, that if we can see that okay, the results of our today are definitely going to condition the future, and if we also understand that the past does impact, then why not create a past which I would really feel proud about, which I would really like to think about and go back and revisit and share with others through my experiences, and definitely trusting myself to do well in that particular phase. And this is basically the rule of T20 game, that we need to do the best. When we do the best, we definitely turn out to be the winners, and when we are the winners, we can definitely go ahead in our life. And all this is dependent totally on your present actions and on your present way of thinking and behaving. So make effective choices so that your T20 of life is more easier and gives you that success or gives you that winner feeling and keeps you ahead and motivated. So we come to the end of the session, and I would have wishes for everybody to have a happy T20 playing, but not just playing, but actually understanding the essence and then applying. So thanking you so much.